That looks good.
Now I need you to do my shoes for me because
You want me to?
I don't think I want to bend over it.
Let's see. I'm sorry.
Is that good?
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Princess is.
We're good. They got it, no problem. It's just my husband.
But I'm just like, oh, I can solve it if I just.
Right. Yeah.
And the cake people worked with her, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the bridesmaids, I would suspect.
Randy, are you nervous?
No,
Are
actually.
you excited?
Not at the time, I'm not anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Make money if it's not really good. I'm sorry I ruined your wedding, but look at all this money.
Hope you don't mind. I got info.
Okay, that works.
Phone never cease, right? So it is over. And you know what?
Yes,
In there? Or in there?
in there.
Okay.
I don't know.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't look like a fire.
That's awesome.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, man.
40 minutes till game time.
You excited?
I'm so nervous. I'm excited though.
Yeah, we're pretty good bus, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I really just spaced that out, but that's gonna be so fun. Hell yeah.
Look at the key. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Beautiful.
I was.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to do his high when they were taking pictures.
Oh, my good picture.
Curtis is waiting inside right now. McKayla, you're not allowed to come out.
Some more?
Yeah, I want more. No, that's really good. And it's so smooth.
How much is it like bacon? Kiddos too.
I'm gonna face over here because I keep looking that way and I don't want to even chance seeing McKayla, so I'm just gonna stand over here.
Here, maybe.
All right, it's go time.
Party's in the house.
Everyone, and welcome. The bride and groom kindly request an unplugged ceremony. Please turn off all cell phones and cameras and enjoy being fully present in this moment with them.
head of the tripod.
Raise me up so I can stand.
gives this woman to marry this man?
Her mom and dad.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Curtis and McKayla, I would like to thank everyone for attending today. Welcome, family, friends, and loved ones. We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of McKayla and Curtis. You have come to share in this formal commitment they make to one another, to offer your love and support to this union, to allow McKayla and Curtis to start their married life together, surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. So welcome to all who have traveled from near and far. Curtis and McKayla would like to thank you for your presence here today and now ask for your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support of their marriage. You may be seated. It's no accident that each of you are here today. Each of you are invited here because you represent someone special and important in the individual and collective lives of McKayla and Curtis. I think I've had the good fortune to meet most of you, but for those of you who do not know who I am, my name's Tracy Pick, and I'm McKayla's maternal aunt and godmother, and soon to be Curtis's favorite auntie. I truly cannot think of a better venue for this occasion. What a beautiful, beautiful day. The most remarkable moment in life is when you meet the person who makes you feel complete, the person who makes the world a beautiful and magical place, the person with whom you share a bond so special that it transcends normal relationships and becomes something so pure and wonderful that you can't imagine spending another day of your life without them. For McKayla, that was 24 years ago when she met me. But about 6 years ago, she did meet Curtis, who's pretty wonderful too. I know how deeply these two care for and love one another, and I feel very privileged to be here today among you as a witness of their commitment to a lifetime of love for one another. Curtis and McKayla have asked that I keep this speech short, classy, and family friendly, but as a third-party spectator to their developing love, it was extremely clear that the two of them represent a perfect pairing because each of them complements each other so well. They balance each other out. While each of them are tremendous on their own as individuals, they're even better when they are together. And being better together as a team has been many years in the making and ultimately leads us here today. The love story of McKayla and Curtis started 6 years ago in 2013. McKayla had moved from Iowa to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and was camping with her family in Door County when Curtis was camping nearby. You might notice the campground theme from the invitations and much of the decor inside of the wedding hall. They hit it off from the start, but that's almost where it ended because Curtis assumed that Brody, McKayla's brother, was McKayla's boyfriend. But once this misunderstanding was cleared up, a first date was scheduled. An interesting fact about this first date is that both Randy, the father of the bride, and Cheryl, the mother of the groom, predicted that from that very first date that these two would soon be married. How often does that happen and how amazing is that? McKayla and Curtis dated from a distance for 3 years while they attended college. They spent any time they could sneak into their schedules doing things that they loved, traveling, exploring new places, camping, cooking, Curtis watching the Carolina Panthers, while McKayla is working on crafts and spending time with their newest family member, an energetic dog named Rex. They decided to dive into an adventure together and move to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where McKayla has found work in e-commerce and marketing and Curtis has become a news producer. Curtis and McKayla thrive within their new community, mainly due to their outgoing personalities and their ability to easily make new friends. Curtis requested permission from his future father-in-law to ask for McKayla's hand in marriage, and this resulted in a beautiful, intimate wedding proposal at a park in Charlotte in September 2017. That brings us to today. In preparation for today, I asked privately McKayla and Curtis what they love about one another, what makes their everyday lives together special. Both of them responded within moments and without hesitation. Their responses are a small surprise not divulged until this moment. So McKayla, about Curtis. He is so thoughtful and really puts in effort to plan special things. He's awesome with details. An example is how he hired an engagement planner to help him plan the perfect proposal in Charlotte, in a park complete with a blanket, flowers, and a wonderful dinner afterwards. He snuck into the hotel room to be sure McKayla had a bouquet of roses and a sweet note waiting for her this morning. He's so considerate and caring of people around him, family, friends, and even strangers. Is my mic working?
It's for our ears only.
Okay. Hello? Okay, there we go. Okay. Can you hear? No? I'll try to talk really loud, but it's going in and out, sorry. Some of the best memories I have with Curtis are traveling across the country together for spring break, our engagement, and exploring our new state together. Some of the things I love about Curtis is how he talks to our dog, Rex, in a high-pitched voice. I loved our engagement and exploring our new state too. Curtis is also known as Grandma to all of our friends. He enjoys sitting and rocking in our reclining chair and eating Frito cheese dip. He also likes saying, Opa, and Holy Christmas. He likes to do random thoughtful things like coffee dates. Last weekend, we went to a movie resale place and we picked out 2 movies to watch on our mini honeymoon away in Asheville. Curtis, about McKayla. I love McKayla's quirky personality. She's fun, loves to talk, and at times knows a few too many random facts. But the beauty about it all is she stays true to herself, and I love that about her. She isn't going to conform to what others want her to be. I've never met a person that I could truly be 100% my crazy self around until I met McKayla. She puts up with my ride or die Panthers fan mentality, where sometimes I put sports before everything else. She lets me be the random, noise-making, car-singing fool, even if she does yell at me to keep my eyes on the road. Another thing I love about McKayla is she's never afraid to try new things and be spontaneous. She is an amazing person, and every day I spend with her is an adventure. A few of McKayla's habits. She loves to have tea or hot lemon water at night. She swears by it. But then she needs a cold cup of water at bed. McKayla loves cozy sweaters and a nice flannel. She loves to swish orange juice around in her mouth, which is really weird. She loves to have lights on even during the day. Some of my favorite memories with McKayla include our yearly camping trips, like the time we went camping and she put a to-go box of chicken in our tent. We came back later that night to find a raccoon in our tent who wanted our leftovers. Needless to say, we slept in her car that night. Another camping adventure was a romantic sailboat ride together, and we chose the one day it decided to thunderstorm. So the sailing trip turned into us putting in oversized raincoats and huddling up in a boat with total strangers. I also love our concert adventures. The first couple years of dating, we decided to make it a tradition to go to Country USA. The first time we went, we didn't bring lawn chairs, so we had to buy some. You'd think we'd learn by the second year to bring our own lawn chairs, but nope, we didn't. By the time we were done going to Country USA, we'd collected enough seating to host a big, huge bonfire. Those are the few of the details about McKayla and Curtis that summarize their relationship and how they enrich each other's lives. But the truth is, there isn't one single event that is a good encapsulation of what they mean to each other, to me, and to all of us here today. What I do know is that both of them care deeply and passionately for each other. They protect each other, they make each other laugh, and they think beyond themselves. What I wish for them on their wedding day is that their lifetime together as a team is one of complete contentment, full of those moments they wish would never end, and that they continue to make each other smile and laugh. We now come to the words that will take McKayla and Curtis across the threshold from engagement to marriage. A marriage, as most of us understand it, is a voluntary and full commitment. It is made in the deepest sense to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with the desire and hope that it will last for life. Before you declare your vows to one another, I want to hear you confirm that it is indeed your intention to be married today. Curtis, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to McKayla in marriage? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
McKayla, do you come here freely and without reservation to give yourself to Curtis in marriage? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Curtis and McKayla, having heard that it is your intention to be married to each other, I now ask you to declare your marriage vows. Curtis, please repeat after me. I, Curtis, take you, McKayla, to be my wife.
I, Curtis, take you, McKayla, to be my wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold till this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer or poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
McKayla, please repeat after me. I, McKayla, take you, Curtis, to be my husband.
I, McKayla, take you, Curtis, to be my husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
We will now do the exchanging of the rings. Your wedding rings. Check. There we go. Okay. Your wedding rings are the outward and visible sign of the inward and invisible bond which already unites your two hearts in love. Curtis, place the ring on McKayla's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
With this ring, I marry you and bind our life to yours. My life to yours.
It is a symbol of my eternal love.
It is a symbol of my eternal love.
My everlasting friendship.
My everlasting friendship.
And the promise of all my tomorrows.
And the promise of all tomorrows.
McKayla, place the ring on Curtis's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours.
It is a symbol of my eternal love.
It is the symbol of my eternal love.
My everlasting friendship.
My everlasting friendship.
And the promise of all my tomorrows.
And the promise of all my tomorrows.
May the wedding rings you exchange today remind you always that you are surrounded by enduring love. When it comes to marital advice, I would urge you, McKayla and Curtis, to heed the advice from two couples with very successful long-term marriages, your parents. I asked Randy and Melissa and Eugene and Cheryl what words of wisdom for a successful marriage they would give McKayla and Curtis today. Eugene and Cheryl said the key to a long-lasting marriage is for you to focus on love, trust, honesty, and open communication. Have lots of late-night talks. Melissa would like to tell you that sometimes you have to let stuff go. You might have conflicts over where to go for a holiday, how to discipline your children, or what church to attend. How you respond to conflict will either drive you close together or further apart. Respect each other and agree to disagree sometimes. Never dwell on an argument and let it go. Randy, in true Randy style, reminds you that families are strengthened by what takes place in the kitchen. Try to eat as many meals together as a family as possible. And lastly, my advice to you, McKayla, encourage Curtis more than you nag him. Curtis, love McKayla well. In the future, your children will notice how you treat her. How you treat her. You will be teaching your sons how they should treat women, and you are teaching your daughters what they should expect from men. Regularly pray for each other. Use the words we much more often than you use the word me, and kiss each other at least 3 times every day. When you leave in the morning, when you get home, and when you go to bed. Now I ask McKayla and Curtis to step forward to complete a unifying ritual. McKayla and Curtis, today you join your lives together. The two separate bottles of glass symbolize your separate lives, families, and friends before today. As these two containers of glass are poured into the jar, the separate colors of glass blend into a new color. You now have blended your families into a new family as you start your journey in marriage.
Go ahead. We're gonna do it together.
It's now time for the grand finale. And so, by the power vested in me by the state of Wisconsin, it is my honor and delight to declare you husband and wife. Curtis, you may now kiss your bride. I am pleased to present to you the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Curtis Rowan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do a, or a white claw. I'll do a white claw.
I checked before, and he told me to go and check the music. I walked all the way to the edge of the pond. There was no music playing. I actually the firework don't work. The firework played at the perfect time.
Yeah. That was amazing. Oh my god! Congratulations!
I'm sorry. Did we go ahead, you guys?
Oh my goodness, we did. Congratulations!
Well, you guys weren't on your important part.
I was like, was this planned?
We were playing dad.
Don't forget that.
Woo!
It's our party!
You did so good.
So good.
Yeah, me too. You did it.
That was like the best timing possible.
You drink whenever you're ready.
We got
Let
shots.
us open it, so like, just in case. Yeah,
Nobody tripped.
I almost fell on the edge there.
He had no music.
you got it.
Thank you.
It was
Better keep going. Let's go this way.
Final countdown. The firework landed at the perfect time too for the kiss. Yeah, we gotta do pictures.
Don't you greet everybody?
No, we're not.
Where's the